Hi, David Vegas Schumann for Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. July 30th, we're going to head out from Woodstock Harley-Davidson, which is right here in Woodstock, Illinois, and we're going to head down to the town center in Carroll Stream. The ride is the Ride for John. This will be the 6th annual Ride for John. John was the Xander's child. Unfortunately, he tried something that teenagers try, and it was laced with fentanyl, and it killed him.
I'm Rob Xander, and this is my wife, Kathy Xander. We are My Child's Life Matters. We're also known as Thunder and Lightning.
So on July 26th of 2016, my son made a choice to snort some cocaine, and his best friend had spiked it with fentanyl, killing him. At that time in 2016, I knew nothing about fentanyl. I remember sitting with the medical examiner and not even being able to pronounce it the right way. That was back in 2016. Now we're in 2022, and we are losing 300 kids a day to fentanyl, and something needs to be done. Every 11 minutes, these kids are taking what they think are Percocets, or they're taking anything, and everything is pressed with fentanyl, and it's taking too many lives.
We consider it the war on drugs. We consider it the crisis that's happening in our nation. We consider it chemical warfare, and we take it very seriously, and we are boots on the ground doing what we can to put an end to it.
Trying to help someone that was addicted is too hard, and when COVID hit, we noticed that the new wave of crisis that was happening was parents were committing suicide. So when you start talking to someone about what happened, especially when it comes to drugs, they always, make the comment, well, it was their choice. Well, my son made a choice to get high, not to die. I can say that I've made choices to get high before, and I haven't suffered the consequences of death. And we have kids that are purchasing pills off of Snapchat that are 11, 12, 13, and 14. They're not allowed to learn from their mistakes because they're dying.
Ever since, they've been on a mission to create awareness about the dangers of fentanyl, which now are in the news, but for all these years they weren't. And afterwards, there's John Fest. And what's interesting about John Fest, which will be at that Carroll Stream Town Center, is that there'll be photographs, potentially 7,500 kids who passed away because they took fentanyl. When kids get fentanyl, whether it be in a Tylenol, or it's in some other drug they bought on TikTok, or it's in cocaine, or other ways that people are using this deadly thing, unfortunately they don't get a second chance in life. When we were all younger and we experimented with stuff, it could have just been beer or alcohol, whatever, okay? People didn't die from it. But now they can, and they do, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's coming across our border like there's no tomorrow. They seized a backpack about a month and a half ago from one of the coyotes, and the backpack had enough in there to wipe out an entire state in the United States. I mean, it's horrible. So actually, they just got recognized by the DEA and invited them to Virginia because of all the work they've been doing for so many years to try to combat this thing. And they work hard with the DAs and the sheriffs and stuff too, because they want these drug dealers to get prosecuted for murder, because that's how you stop it. A, we close the border, B, these guys go to jail for a really long time or forever because they're killing people, and if they would get charged with murder, it'd be less interesting to use fentanyl. Hundreds. I never know with these rides. My guess, probably 300.
Line up behind the
and they're all like friends of the Xanders. But different clubs will come out. I'll obviously be riding there, and we'll get more war dogs to come along.
Anything else you want to talk about that I can ask you about?
Well, I really appreciate you raising awareness about these very important causes. And Motorcycle Safety Lawyers is involved with these charities because we care. And it's time that things change in this country so that we stop losing our kids to these, and now we're losing adults too, to these horrible things like fentanyl.
Prior to July 26th of 2016, if someone was to try to talk to me about fentanyl, I would have been just as ignorant as many people and not have given them the time of day. I wouldn't have the mentality of not my kid, like many people do, until it is your kid. And then once that shock hits and you're trying to comprehend what's going on, you search for the people that it's happened to help you help it make sense and try to put all the pieces together.
And I see, obviously, you guys have his name on your patches and stuff too, but you wear his face on your vest, so.
You do? There's a lot of broken families. There's a lot of damaged people out there. There's a lot of families with PTSD and trauma. And we've decided that we are going to help them. And what we do is we help them and we memorialize their kids and we remember their kids. And it's not my child's life matters, it's your child's life matters. And we're trying to protect your kids before you have to go through what we're going through.